Hey friends, welcome and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a June book recap, just talking about the books that I read for the month of June. Gonna be a quick little video. I have my matcha with collagen here, so I'm ready to go. Let's get into it. I read 5 books, so of course, like I've said in the previous video, when I read 5 books, I go to Pizza Hut and get me a pizza. So I had my pizza last night. It wasn't a personal pan, but it was an original pan, large pizza. Mind your business. But I'm gonna just go over the 5 books that I read for the month of June and kind of talk through some that I want to get read for July. So here we go. The first one that I read was In 5 Years, and this was a nice story. It has a little bit of, it's not really time travel. It has a little element of it. But it's about friendship. It has romance in it. It's a nice, it's not really coming of age either because she's grown, but it's a nice progressive story for the main character in this book, going through her relationships and things of that nature. So it was a nice read. I think I gave this maybe, I don't know what I rated this. I think it was like 3.5 or 4 stars. I'll have to check my Goodreads or my notes and put it on the screen. So In 5 Years. The second book that I read was The Summer I Turned Pretty. Now I gave this 1 star because and you know, I knew better. This was sitting on my shelves. The whole trilogy, the whole series of this was sitting on my shelves for a while, and I was just like, you know, I really don't think that I'm gonna be into this. And I commute for work, so I found it on Audible. It was included with my Audible membership. The speed that I read made it perfect for my drive, and so I just listened to it. And I was very annoyed. Like, there were several times in the story where I was just like, what am I listening to? And I mean, it was just so, not boring, but it's just like the main character was so annoying to me. Like, she was so annoying. But this is a young people book. This is a YA book. Like, I had no business thinking that I was going to enjoy the plot and the storyline to this book. So I'm not surprised, but I'm annoyed because, like I said, I bought the whole 3. So I'm actually going to give those away. I'm giving the whole set away. And yeah. 1 star for me for The Summer I Turned Pretty. The next one I read was The Nickel Boys. Now, this is, and I talked about it in my book haul a little bit, but this is based on a true story about a reform camp for boys in Florida. And this was just such a like heart-wrenching book, just reading the experience. It kind of gave me, I don't know. I love when stories reach into a point in time in history and, you know, just like enlighten me about something that I had no idea about. So this was really an eye-opener, a heart-wrenching, kind of traumatic story, but it was really good. I liked the way it was put together. There were some times where I was kind of lost in the story because I did like a hybrid read for this. I did listen to some and I read most. So at some points I was just like, okay, which point in time are we at right now? But I enjoyed how it all came together, and yeah, this was this was my first book by Colson Whitehead. I actually have I have the Harlem Shuffle up there from him, and I really like him as an author, and so I'm excited to get to read his other books. This I gave a 4 out of 5. The next one I read, also a first by this author, Kristen Hanna. I read The Woman. Oh my goodness, this was a 5 out of 5 for me because, wow, what a story. Like, this girl knows how to write a story. I was captivated from the beginning to the end. And another period piece. She's really big on writing off of true events, true themes, historical fiction. And I never thought I was a war book girly. I'm gonna be honest with y'all, like, that topic comes up and I'm just like, okay, you know, I'm not interested. But I'm a wartime reading girl, and I had no clue. But this girl made me a believer. This woman made me a believer. The way she crafted this story was so beautiful. So it's about, I'm sitting over here just praising the author and not telling you about the story. So the story is about a young girl. She is trained to be a nurse. Her family is like a big military family. They are, you know, her brother goes into the military and she joins him as a nurse. She volunteers as a nurse and he goes, I mean, I don't want to throw the storyline, but she gets thrust into this world that she is not prepared for. She is overwhelmed by, but she grows so much through her experience, and we get to walk with her through that whole experience. And me as a nurse, I get to appreciate her nursing, like her medical experiences. I know it's war for her and it's a lot more like raw and real and like extreme, but like that's how it kind of feels in like just nursing period in the hospitals. And I think Kristen Hanna kind of mentioned, you know, this goes out to the nurses who worked during COVID. This is, you know, it gave that man, girl, I feel you kind of vibe. And I really enjoyed it. I just really enjoyed this story. So I would 10 out of 10 recommend, but I gave this 5 stars. And the last book is I'm Still Here, Black Dignity in a World Made for Whiteness by Austin Channing Brown. Whew, y'all, never have I ever read a book so personal and precise. I felt so seen in my daily experiences. I felt so heard in my silent cries of frustration. I felt so empowered in my Blackness. Like to not cower or carry the weight of white fragility and guilt in my day-to-day. And where I'm at in my life, in my career, this just spoke so loudly to me. And this was just such a profound and powerful book to read right now. And so this is like top of the year, the whole year. Like I know we halfway in and got some more to go, but this sits at the very tippy top. 5 out of 5. Like Austin, girl, you really, I love the courage that she had to write this book. And even in the end, she kind of just like, man, I feel liberated writing this. You know, I don't have to worry about how people will feel or how people will view me from this. And it's just like I could feel that freedom that she had in every single page that she wrote about her experience in her life. She was unapologetic about calling out the foolishness that people get away with in this world, that white people, let me stop trying to be cute, like that white people get away with when it comes to dealing and viewing and understanding Black people. And as a Black woman in healthcare, as a Black woman, period, just navigating through these streets, I just felt so, like I said, seen, heard, felt, empowered. And man, I'm not gonna cry on camera. But this was just what I needed at this time in my life. And so I would definitely recommend this. I mean, for any black person, but especially my Black women, y'all need to read this. Y'all need to read this. I know 100% you will resonate, you will relate to something in this book. And it will touch you, it will bless you. Okay, it will bless you. It blessed me. So those were the 5 books that I read for the month of June. I want y'all to comment down below what you guys read and what you guys plan on reading. I'm excited about July. I am gonna have a little bit more time towards the end. I'm finishing up something and I'm gonna be open to reading a lot more in July, and I'm excited. So I'm not sure about, like, I've never really been like a seasonal reader, like, oh, for summer I need to read summer themed books. Like clearly this was a testament that don't work. Like The Summer I Turned Pretty, okay, that was an annoying book. So there might be some summer themed books. Like I do want to read Abby Jimenez just for the summer, but I also just want to find a book that makes me fall in love with reading again, just like this. And I mean, these two really sparked my reading fire again. And so and they were just such unexpected. Let me tell you this, okay, reading it's not just trendy. It's never been just trendy for me. For me, I'm just loving my journey in reading because I'm exploring genres and discovering things about myself that I never knew. Like I said, I don't really pick up war books, or, you know, I never used to be so heavy into historical fiction, but now these are like my favorite categories, and kind of like romance is kind of cringing me right now. And not to say anything is wrong with romance. We love a good romance story. Let's not get confused. But it's just like I'm evolving in my reading journey, and I love the fact that I can tap into different genres and get different things from different authors and stories. I'm just excited because I'm enjoying the process. And so yeah, I'm gonna try some new books. I'm actually reading a book right now, All Fours by Miranda July. Well, I'm listening to it because, like I said, my commute, it just makes sense listening to it, and she's got an interesting style, but I'm enjoying it so far. I'm also reading Now and Not Yet by Ruth Simons, and that is such a beautiful book. That's one that's touching my soul right now. Like, that's speaking to my soul. And I realize that I need a plethora of those kind of books. Like, I need one to reach my spirit and soul. I need one to reach my, like, oh, you know, how cute, like, I love love. I need one to, like, girl, this is the real of the world and this is how it is. You know, like, I need all the things at different phases of the month and different phases of, you know, whatever I'm going through. So anyways, I'm rambling. Let me know what you're reading down below, and thanks again for rocking with me, Rocky, and I will see you guys in my next video.